Ladies and gents, welcome back to the channel. I am SafeNFM. Today we are taking a look at Joe Gelhardt. He is on loan from Leeds at Sunderland right now. 20-year-old Englishman making 18.75K per week as an important player. So he looks like he's going to be fairly cheap. I mean, depending on if he gets up to that 34, we'll see. But stats-wise, not too bad for a striker. I mean, dribbling of 14, finishing 13, first touch of 13. You've got technique of 15 is great. Some very iffy numbers though. Leadership of 4 and positioning of 5 is awful. That's going to be a massive problem. Marking, yeah, it's 4. So there, and heading of 10 is, or heading of 8 is not great. So there are some questionable numbers. There are some very good numbers though. Milestone wise, he's only got the 2. Made his first senior goal, senior club debut for Wigan. We'll take a look in just a minute of all that. But we're going to skip ahead 10 years and see how he does. Well, at the end of the 2033 season, you can see that he is now contracted to Middlesbrough, not for sale, 27K per week as a regular starter. He is 31 years old. He looks like he is a championship player and not a bad one at that. 707 in 25 plus 21 appearances in the championship, 15 goals, 6 assists. Not a bad tally. Some of his numbers have gone up, but 4 of leadership, 5 of positioning is still awful. His free kick taking has gone up, but heading of 8 is still not great. But I mean, again, dribbling 14, finishing and first touch of 13s have not gone up. Long shots are good. Technique of 15 have not gone up, but he hasn't grown much. But he still looks okay, especially for the championship. His potential is a negative 8.5, so that could be, what is it, 140 to 170 fixed potential when at the start of each save. I mean, he hasn't grown much, so I wouldn't say it's all that high. However, he still looks not too bad. I mean, especially for the championship, he looks like he's doing fairly well. So he did start out his career at Wigan, moved up for 1 million to Leeds in the Premier League, loaned to Sunderland, came back to Leeds, had a couple of okay seasons, not great, but not, I mean, pretty much middle of the road. Nottingham Forest picked him up for 8 million in the championship, brought him up to the Premier League, sold off for 8.75 to Watford. Yeah, it looks like Premier League, he's not doing all that well. Championship, he's doing fairly well, except 6.56, wow, in Middlesbrough. But loaned out to Middlesbrough, brought by Middlesbrough in 6 million when they got to the championship, and he's been there ever since. Milestones, not a whole lot, just a whole lot of sold on for. Promotion from championship, relegated from Premier League, so that's really about it so far. Injury-wise, looks pretty nice. He doesn't have a lot of them at all. He's got 1 major, 2 moderates, and the rest are slights and minors. So it looks like he's really not all that injury-prone at all. Tactically, he has been around the block. Used primarily as a striker, 35 for club, 11 goals, 2 assists, 6.87, average-ish. On the right outside of the midfield, 8 for club, 4 goals there, 3 assists, 7.72. Maybe use him on the right a little bit more, train him up in that little position there. On the left, 1 with 1 assist, 8.0. So overall, I mean, he looks like he's doing not too bad. It just, his stats aren't great. He's in the championship, so definitely keep that in mind. Scout him out, see how he does in your save, but he may just be better suited for the championship than he is in the Premier League, like we've seen a couple times around. But it looks like this one's going to be quick today. We're going to skip ahead to when he retires and see how he ends up. Well, it looks like 2036 is where he ends his career at the age of 34. Unfortunately, he is no longer in the database after any of this. So even though his contract expires in a year, he's not here next year. So whatever happened, I guess he was released by Middlesbrough or whatever, or he just decides to retire. But overall, I mean, his stats are definitely dwindling. Flair's gone up to 18. Finishing and first touch have gone up to 14. So, but acceleration is down, pace is down just slightly. But definitely not time to retire in my books. But you know what? That's what happens in FM. He is no longer, like I said, in the database after this. Rated at 1.2 million to 3.6, making 38K per week as an impact sub. So that could be why he just wasn't getting the game time as much. 12 plus 15 appearances, not too bad, but 11 goals, 3 assists in the championship, where previously he was getting 40, 45 games a season. He is now only getting less than 30. Career stats wise, he actually had two not too bad seasons right there, up to the Premier League again, and then back to the Championship. So it looks like he can get you up to the Premier League, but he can't maintain that level. So he drops you right back down, unfortunately. But he's doing fairly well in the Championship. So 707 for 2 seasons with 44 and 43 matches apiece. Not too bad. Tactically, he is primarily a striker now. 29 for club, 13 goals. Not a bad tally there. 4 assists, 692. So overall, I mean, he's not had a bad career. It's just a Championship level career. So if you're doing a Championship save, definitely take a look at him and see how he does in your save. And I mean, if not, see how he's doing in the Premier League, if at anything. But that is the life and times of Joe Gelhardt. A negative 8.5 potential has not really raised him all that much, sadly. I mean, his mentals are great, physicals are not bad, and his technicals, some good. I mean, they just got some numbers that really never grew. Positioning of 5 is just awful. But anyway, that is it for me, Savian FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.